Welcome back to Flint Creek Transport. My name is Justin. Remember how I told you guys I'm going to show you some of our cool shop tools? Well, I got another one today that I'm going to show you, so check this out. I'm here with Trevor, and he is going to go over making a hose. What's up, Trevor?
Hi, Justin.
What we do, we make all our own hoses here, or I should say most of our own hoses here. We got this little hole in the wall, and right there we got 5-6 different sizes of hoses on the other side. So here's the reels of hose that we have. It's actually much cheaper to buy it in bulk like this, and they just shove them through the little hole in the wall and pull out what they need. Trevor, these machines,
yep,
what did we pay for this?
Nothing.
If I remember right, we didn't pay anything for it.
We didn't pay a thing for it.
So a lot of guys will give you this machine for free. Obviously we built the table to match whatever, but they give you the machine because they want to sell you the ends and the hose. So if you guys would be interested in a machine, I don't know, I could probably drop a link for Applied Maintenance is who we use, but they could hook you up with a machine. It's pretty cool. And then they come and supply all the fittings. They keep them stocked up, and they even hooked us up with some of these things. So yeah, we got a lot of different fittings, and they do a lot of other things too that they will supply. But with our trucks and our walk-in floors, so our walk-in floors, our dump trailers, our belt trailers, and our tank trailers all need hydraulic lines. This way we can make them right here. So we need lines on the trailers, there's lines between the truck and the trailer, and then there's lines between the pump and where the end of the, where it mounts on the end of the truck on the frame. So definitely a bit of hose that we use, and every once in a while they blow. So here goes. It's pretty basic how this goes, but when they want to make a hose, they will pull hose out of here, and got the chop saw. We'll cut that off. Trevor, you want to walk us through it?
Sure. We have all our sizes coming through here. The main size we use is 1 inch, goes between the truck and the trailer. We have 10 foot is the size we use just throughout our trucks. There's only 1 or 2 that have anything different, because we have a couple of longer wheelbase trucks. Pretty much we'll pull this thing out. I wanted to put a trough here to have a nice fancy layout for laying it down and chopping it off, but we just haven't gotten there yet. We're working into it. Takes 2 ends. We go through a lot of these ends, just 2 pipe ends that we'll put on. And once you cut that hose off, 10 foot, like I said, these are the collets, and we actually have a different system we just started with here. We used to have a system where you had your crimp collar, but you also had your collet spacer, and that would kind of gauge where the crimp went to. Irv from Applied just went through and switched everything over to a newer system, or a newer setup anyways, where we don't need all these like spacers, certain side up, certain side down. It makes it a lot simpler where you just pick your collet. It's got the right color on the inside of it for the size that you're looking for, and as you bring it down, it will stop right when it's posted and crunch your fittings down to exactly where it is. These ones actually are a little nicer also. If you can see in here, there's like a little catch down at the bottom where this comes and sets right on. That way you get it exactly where you need to. There's times with the new ones where some guys, if they weren't paying attention, they crunch up here or they crunch way down here, and that just didn't give you a consistent crimp, I guess, not crunch, but that really helped us not have those doubt on our crimp, kept everything more uniform. So I was happy to see that come in, and that's new, like we just got it a couple of weeks ago. So far the guys have liked it. We also, with this same machine, we do the airline. We can do 3/8 and a half. He's got that set up for us. This is still the older collet, and we do need this spacer for it, but all of our 1/4 to 1 inch, actually we can go up to 1.25 for like the supply hoses and such that we do on this on the hydraulic setups. You would have seen some of our larger crimps when I showed you on the bottom of 152 when I went through that system there. Yeah.
And here too, what's cool is we can pick the PSI rating on our hose when we buy it. I know sometimes you know you go in and you can get a hose made and it's not quite. It's only a 2,000 psi hose, and you really need a 3,000 or 4,000, and then you just basically get premature failure.
Yep.
So
yeah, the Weatherhead brand is what we use. Our 1/4 inch is 6,500, and our 1 inch is 3,000, and that's right where we ought to be. We do run our pumps up to 3,000 with the walk-in floors. Anything over that, we really should be looking at a heavier hose, but we have not had any hose failures on a brand new hose. It's always been the ones that have just a little bit of chip in the lining and just a little bit of rust on those steel threads, and you'll lose a hose. So we try real hard to look them over when they come in the shop. The drivers do a good job about looking them over, and if there's just a little bit of cut in the outside coating,
in the rubber,
it'll rust real fast and you'll blow right there. So.
And a lot of our guys will keep spare hose with them in the truck.
Yep. So a system that we set up that works really good for pretty much everything we go through is these are our 2 ends, and this is a 1 inch quick connect. You'll have the male end on the truck and the male end on the trailer. So this is the only thing that the drivers have to actually disconnect. One hose will stay right on the truck, and the other hose will stay right on the trailer, because the other end of them will put the female wing nut. That way they never are without a hose, and they always have a spare. You can take these off. They're not as quick, not as easy, but they definitely seal a little better than these. These we have a seal kit that we send with the guys. You can actually replace the O-rings and stuff in, so it's pretty easy to maintain these. If they start leaking, the guys are pretty good about coming in. We always clean them out, because some of these pumps, especially like the Gemini pumps, they're a lot more particular on their dirt and debris that get in there. You'll take a pump out just with a little bit of the steel left in from the hose. Our loaders, like the John Deere loaders, they literally have taken a pump out because of just putting a new end on and not cleaning one thing out. So when I get done with all this, we take air and we blow everything that we can out of it, because that really makes a difference. I put a little bit of penetrating oil on the inside, because that is a huge help trying to get these things set all the way in, and that's very important because they're made to go all the way in to get the correct crimp to them. So these come up. See how it sets right in those?
Yep.
And then you just run it down. Then you got your crimp.
Look at that. So that was pretty easy. And then that just gets threaded on there.
Yep. This one goes on this end, and I'll make the other one. I'll put your wing nut on, and then that's a spare hose. Pretty expensive little stuff.
Yeah. And this beats going down to Tractor Supply or Lakeland Deer or wherever to get a hose made.
You're gonna pay 2 to 3 times more at John Deere or at Napa or any place like that, then we can just make it up here.
Yep.
So it's important for the guys to make sure they have their spare hoses.
Absolutely. And you guys can make some specialty AC lines.
Yeah, so we have, and this is all through Applied or Supplies for us. We have all our fittings from black pipe to kind of our JIC or pipe fittings. We have our bulkheads for like 152. We built that bar across. We used to take like pipe nipples and try and put a connector and stuff in them, but a bulkhead is the right tool and the right piece actually, and the right way to go. It makes it a whole lot better on the long run. But we go all the way over here. We have most of our AC fittings that we've learned we've needed. He's stocked through for us, so we don't have a huge amount, but the majority for a pet car truck.
That's a big time saver because the guys want AC. And till you order the line, they got to be out of their truck an extra day or two. Well, otherwise, actually, you come over here and
it's standing right now. It's almost 2 weeks by the time you order an AC line, because a lot of them are having to be made.
Yep.
And then sent out to you. So this keeps your trucks going a lot nicer for a lot cheaper and a lot faster. So
yep.
Having the right stuff here is great for what we've done.
Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah.
We'll show some more cool tools that we have here, but in some of the upcoming videos. All right, back in my office. So this is kind of a last minute video I'm putting together, and there's something that I kind of wanted to talk about and never really got it done, and now I realized the importance of getting this video done, and not just this video, but what I have to share. And there's more on that, and I will give you more information. It's probably not going to help near everybody, but it will help a few of you guys. The trucking industry is so crazy. It is crazy right now with high fuel prices, and then not only that, rates are somewhat coming down. It makes it very interesting. And over the weekend, I saw that Tow Piglet went out of business, or is shutting his trucking company down because of insurance. And you know, if it's not fuel, it's insurance, or if it's not insurance, it's something else. Like with the trucking industry, you have to stay on your toes. It is just crazy how there's always something that, if you're not watching, can get out of hand. And maybe back on Tow Piglet. Tow Piglet is somebody on YouTube that I've been watching for quite a while, and I don't follow near after every video, but I watch a little bit what he does. And he was more in the hot shot world. I know it's nothing really to do with our business, but I still like to, you know, have a touch into, you know, some of these guys, just to kind of get a feel of what they do and everything. So it was good to follow him, and I hope he can find something, you know, successful to do. He's a smart man. I'm sure he'll figure out something. Check his videos out on YouTube if you get a chance. Insurance is a very crucial part of the trucking industry. The trucking industry has been known to have high insurance. So we're targeted by all these attorneys wanting to collect big payouts from people that got hurt from a truck accident. So that's why it's so important to have dash cams, so important to protect yourself from these scams. But in the trucking industry, most of the minimum requirements, you got to have $1 million, or you got to have $2 million worth of insurance. So it's tough. It's not just that we choose to have these high limits. It's you're forced to have these high limits. And a lot of the minimums are not even a reality, because you look at some of the average lawsuits and they'll tell you pretty quick that you're a bit underinsured, and you hope that nothing ever happens. It tell you with our trucks, like I've said before, I pray for our guys every single day to make sure, just as I think about them so much. They're driving down the road in these big trucks that could kill people or whatever, kill themselves. It's a dangerous job. They have to be alert. They have to be careful. They have to be safe. And that's just, my concern for the trucking industry, and I want you guys to be aware, don't get too complacent in what you're doing, because you never know whether it's insurance or whatever it is. You got to stay on top of it. And I'll tell you what I want to talk about is insurance. And I have several more videos to come about insurance. We had what happened to Tow Piglet pretty much is what happened to us. Our insurance company, great guy, and I'll let you guys meet him. Hopefully, the company he was working for, like we've never been with a certain insurance company for years and years and years, but everybody that we dealt with, they were very good to work with. And every time that we switched insurance, it was because rates have gone up and we decided, hey, we're going to price it out again. We're going to, and we saved quite a bit of insurance, and we were also able to have some added benefits. We were with this company, and our insurance, I will say at the time, I felt like it was a great price. It was a very good price for insurance. And our insurance, we got a renewal in the mail, and our renewal, we were, I want to say, it was either 30 or 60 days. I think it was 60 days that they sent us a renewal saying that your insurance is going to go up well over $100,000. That's a chunk of change for us. We only had 35 trucks. It was a chunk of change for us, and we're like, whoa, wait a second here. Something's gonna have to change. And so we went back to the drawing board. I went to our insurance and, looking at what if we have a larger deductible, just kind of went through the whole scenario. There's a lot of different things you can do to lower your insurance by a little bit, but not by $100,000. We did have some claims, some small claims, and I'm going to get more into some of these insurance things later. But anyway, we ended up talking with our accountant. I remember that he had said he knows somebody that works with insurance. It's called a captive group. And so I'm like, something's got to change. We cannot do this. Like, something's got to change. And so he put us in contact with them. We did a Zoom call, and we decided we're going to continue with and pay the extra insurance with our current carrier for a certain amount of time till we get everything rolled over to this new insurance. I'll get more into explaining captive insurance and traditional insurance or conventional insurance in another video. I want to get some of these insurance people here and to be able to talk about some of these things, but it's pretty interesting, and so far it's working out good. And it's not that we're necessarily saving a lot of insurance right now. We're still paying a lot out of pocket, but we have opportunity to get money back. And some of those things I'll get into detail and I'll go over with, but I wanted you guys to just a reminder for you guys that are watching that have several trucks, maybe one truck, 5 trucks, 10 trucks, 100 trucks, whatever you guys have, is when it comes time for renewal, don't wait till the last minute. Get out there, get 60 days ahead and say, where's my renewal at? What am I looking at? What am I pricing? And another thing is really watch your claims. That is something that can go against you. And I'll give you guys a few tips and tricks into your insurance and watching those claims and how to do that. I've learned the hard way. And I'll give you more information on that, but in another video. This video is already getting way too long. So this was just going to be a driving video and other stuff, but we didn't even get to the driving part yet. So I got a lot of good stuff coming up, guys. So thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned, because I want to share some really important information with you guys on insurance. I got some good stuff coming up. So we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.